Big dog, you ready to rock?
Oh yeah, ready.
Yeah.
Ready to
Good
go.
to see you. Boy, clean. I see. Good to see you, man. What's up, man? Good. Kurt Gold. What's up, man? Great. Yes, sir. Sting. What's up with you? Book. Great, man. How you doing? Y'all get in the front, man. It ain't about me. Y'all get in the front.
All right, gentlemen, we are here now with the second pick. Jalen Carter is off the board. I think now that the Bears have left us our guy, I think it's pretty easy that we go ahead and we get Bryce Young here. But I do want to entertain the thoughts and opinions of my OC and DC.
Matt, go ahead, since I think I'm ahead in the race here.
I won the last one. This one. Listen,
Sure.
our head coach is the genius that is D'Amico Ryans. The defensive genius that is D'Amico Ryans, right? He makes the most out of least. But what happens if you give him the best, i.e. Will Anderson Jr., a.k.a. the Houston Texans version of Nick Bosa? Is that what is there a more perfect scenario for D'Amico Ryans than to get Will Anderson with his first pick?
I'll tell you the perfect scenario, and I think our GM is already on board with it. I think it's Bryce Young, who I think the one thing we can agree is a franchise that we've been missing and starving for, and our fans have been begging for so long, is a franchise quarterback who doesn't touch massage therapists inappropriately, that we can all get behind. And I feel like Bryce Young, allegedly, I feel like Bryce is a genuine generational talent at 2. Obviously, nobody traded up with Chicago. Jalen's off the board. Will Anderson is great, and I think there is a chance we could always trade up too, because I think Arizona is probably going to be up for trade. We could possibly look at moving there. Indianapolis is going quarterback. We know that. Seattle could be another trade partner for us. So if we want to move back up for Will Anderson, I think we can. I think we have to not make any stupid decisions here, even though our head coach is a defensive genius, and get ourselves a quarterback that we can work with.
That is foolishness he's telling you. That is foolishness. There's no way Arizona has Will Anderson fall in their lap and they do not take him. There's nothing, unless you give them like 4 first-round picks, they're making that trade.
Nick, let me ask you a question. Nick, let me ask you a question. Did the Eagles have a great defensive line this year?
Yes.
Yeah. Did they win the Super Bowl?
No.
No. Who did?
Duly noted.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Because of who?
Patrick Mahomes.
Which plays what position?
Quarterback.
Okay, fantastic. What else do we need here? Are we trying to win Super Bowls, or are we trying to stay relevant so that way we can
argument? But that's not Pat Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Bryce,
how do we know that though? We have to draft a potential quarterback.
But I'm telling you that Will Anderson is good. And
I know
he's a little bit more guaranteed than any quarterback in this draft.
GMs don't get to keep their jobs because of guaranteed.
A little bit more. Yeah, but I promise you that if he does draft Will Anderson, and Will Anderson goes against 10 sacks, people will forget we didn't draft Bryce Young. So
with an 0-16 record and 10 sacks, they're going to be like, hey, you know what? Bryce Young, forgot about him. Who would have thought?
I started this whole thing off. The defensive genius that is D'Amico Ryans is calling our plays.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. 2-15. 2-15. How can we forget about Bryce Young? What are we doing here?
You're going to bring Bryce in. He's not going to have anybody to give the ball to.
Okay, sure. That's why we have another pick in the first round. I don't know why we're assuming that we're not going to.
It's not a good wide receiver draft, Nick. It's just not.
It's not. But if Jordan Addison falls to us at 12, then that is a luxury we can't pass up on.
Jordan Addison is not going to fall to you at 12 because of course he's going to be there at 12. Nobody else wants him before then. Not to say he's a bad player, but let's just keep it real. He's not a lot of people don't even think he's top 20 player. So
that's just blasphemy. Jordan Addison might be the most NFL ready wide receiver in this draft.
But that's not saying much. And I don't disagree with you. You and I have had this discussion. He is wide receiver 1 in this draft, but the draft is not good in receivers. So
I'm not saying
take a generational talent like Will Anderson.
He's the most polished, ready to make an instant impact, 100%. and he route running is his strength. If we want to work on anything else, we're good. We can. We need a route runner. When obviously we're gonna look at him at 12, right? Not worried about 12 right now. We're worried about 2, and we only got about 5 minutes left. But we have to go quarterback. The fans have been starving for it. Do you think the fans, Nick? Think about ticket sales, right? How many fans are gonna line up to see Will Anderson? Ticket wise, not that many. How many are going to line up to see Bryce Young underneath center for us next year?
Listen, I know he does not call the Houston area home like some of us do, but Will Anderson will get just as much love as Bryce Young because they're Bama boys.
That's not true. That's not true.
It is true. It is true. It is true.
It's not. It's not. I can promise you it's not. You know why I can promise you it's not? When's the last time a team has had only an edge rusher that has sold out tickets?
We did. JJ Watt.
yeah, we did, but we also had Deshaun
No,
Watson.
it's not true. Aaron Donald.
Do you realize that the Rams had mostly like away games, even at home, because more fans were showing up to cheer against them?
Well, I mean, they still got there. So it doesn't matter if they
that might be the dumb. The other team's fans showed up to cheer for them and for Aaron Donald, is what you just said. That might be the most foolish. Nick, listen, he is trying to tell you, you need to draft a defensive lineman so that way you can get other teams' fans to come and cheer for our player.
Yes.
That is the most Trojan horse bullshit I've ever heard in an idea.
Word. Listen, there's merit to your argument, but you can't pass up on a Will Anderson. So let me ask you this. Say that Davis Mills actually did half-ass decent last year and you weren't totally convinced we needed a quarterback. And you right now had to decide Bryce Young or Will Anderson. Who do you take?
You take Bryce Young.
I would take Bryce Young.
Quarterback.
Barring the fact that you weren't totally convinced you needed a quarterback, though.
We all know that. What do we have, a bridge? What we have a Ryan Fitzpatrick, and we're like, oh, we're good. We can win a Super Bowl now.
Maybe. Even with Bryce Young and drafting a receiver, bro, what do you have?
All right, we're getting close. Ryan, where are you leaning? Or sorry, Nick, where are you leaning?
Who's Ryan?
Fire in the office. Anyways, go ahead.
God damn it, Ryan. Sorry, boys. I think we're gonna sign so deliver this one. I'm gonna tell Roger that we're gonna pick Bryce.
Wait. Before we do that, we do need to think about the possibility. There's a couple seconds, like 2 minutes left on the clock for us to think about this. If Seattle calls our line and offers us
No. If you're gonna draft a quarterback, you do it right now when you have.
I understand that, Mr. Defense, but if we can trade 2 for 5 and 20 and get one of your defensive guys on the way back, then we can look at Hayden Hooker.
Yeah, because dude, he won't be ready to play this season.
I know, but Davis Mills is good enough for right now.
No, we just established he wasn't. So
that was your argument.
If we trade back to 5, there is a chance that we could get CJ Stroud, who I'm not high on Will Levis. I think we could get CJ Stroud. He's got elite arm strength, and he can run good as well.
I think
he's mobile enough, but he's not like Lamar mobile.
Nick. No way the Colts let Stroud pass. There's no way.
Even if Young is there.
I guarantee you, if you make that trade, you'll be fired by the time the 6th pick comes up.
All right, Nick. I think it's obvious. I think you call Roger. I think you lock it in Bryce Young.
If I'll graciously bow out of this argument on the basis that you're going to draft Bryce Young right now. I will draft Bryce Young right argument. Now. But to wait, no, that's foolish.
We got to weigh possibilities, and that's all I was saying.
Bryce Young, ring it in.
Bryce Young is off the clock.